Hello and welcome to Reader's Letters. This one comes from somebody whose name I'm afraid I can't pronounce. I'll put a link in just so you know who I'm talking about. Really sorry about that, but I'm a bit mystified with that username. Sorry. Anyway, I'll call you Trevor. Trevor writes the following. Dear Mr. Mattersmasher, can you please help me? I'm new to Transformers. My line was Beast Wars, but I gave all of mine away a couple of years back. I just received a Generations Thunderwing. In his chest panel there's a hinge that's assembled upside down, which makes it impossible to cover the head. The hinge is connected via a pin that's filed off on both ends. How do I get that pin out? Ouch. Sorry to hear about those Beast Wars figures. Anyway, I put on my Stupometron helmet, and I've come up with hopefully a video that will answer your question. I would recommend that you use the following items. A hammer, something to use as a pin punch, a pair of needle-nosed pliers with a good grip, and an average strength cup of tea. Ideally for this job you would need a 1.5mm pin punch. I had a look around town and I couldn't find anything that would do the job, so I bought this screwdriver set. Now the end I'm using is actually a little star-shaped screwdriver bit, but it's just the right size to act as a pin punch. I'll show you in a minute. Now for a very boring but necessary bit about the pins themselves. As you can see, on the left end of this pin there is a knurled section. The rest of the pin is smooth, with the beveled end being on the right side. The knurled part of the screw is what holds it into the plastic. That's the piece that we pushed in last to lock it in place. Now when you're wanting to push the pin out, you're obviously wanting to push it out from this end, so that this knurled bit isn't being pushed all the way through a plastic piece and just pops out the end where you can grab it with the pliers. Now this piece I'm using for demonstration purposes is one of the missile launchers taken from A Hunt for the Decepticons Hailstorm. If you see the pin going through that piece there, which is what this hinge is made up of, if you notice, on this side the pin is recessed slightly, whereas on this side the pin is basically flush with the surface. That tells us that the flush side will be where the grip is, where the knurled end of the pin is, and that we should tap it out from this side, which is recessed. What you will need next is something to support the piece you're working on, and also to absorb the blows of the hammer. Personally, I like to use something like this old tool catalogue. Make sure that what you're working on is the right height to support the piece, so that it's not moving vertically. You need something to hit against. Paper works well because the pin will dent into the paper. There's room for it to move. A block of softwood would also do the job, but you would have to cut it to size every time you wanted one. Now would be an ideal time to drink your cup of tea. Okay, we're going to start this operation now. So first, secure your piece so that it's not going to move. Introduce your pin punch and hold it between your fingers like so. Everything should be nicely lined up, solid, and not able to move. Make sure the pin punch is straight, and then some gentle blows of the hammer to the top of the punch. It is important to check the end of the pin when it's starting to emerge from the plastic, just to make sure you've definitely got the knurled end poking out. If you don't, you'll be trying to force the knurled piece of metal all the way through the plastic part, and believe me, it takes a bloody long time. Eventually the knurled piece will stick out of the plastic enough that you can grab it with the pliers. Get them a good grip and give it a pull. And there you have one removed pin and two separate pieces. As always, the same rules apply. 1. Be patient, take it slow, and you won't break the plastic. If it doesn't feel like it's going, pause, walk away, think about it, come back. The worst thing you can do is try and rush through an operation like this, or you will smash something. Believe me, I know, I'm stupid enough to do it. Learn from my mistakes. Number 2, wear a cool hat. It really does help. And number 3, never go anywhere without your brew. I hope this video has helped, and if it has and you manage to get this done, then please post some pictures or send me a comment. I'd love to see how it turns out. As for everybody else who's watching this, I hope this helps you if you're ever trying to do customs or mod your own toys or repair things. Thanks very much for watching. Take care.